Alright, guys, so today we are going to be reviewing the attractiveness of every United States president. So let's start. Number one, we got George Washington. Oldie, but a goodie. I'm gonna put him in somewhat, decently, somewhat, somewhere in between, I guess. Say somewhat attractive for the time being. Now we're moving on to John Adams. Not attractive. Okay, easy. TJ, decently attractive. This guy, James Madison. I don't know, maybe this drawing is just not a very flattering drawing of him, but he's going an ugly tier. And then we have James Monroe. Also looks pretty ugly in this picture. I can't really see this one. Who's this? John Quincy. This is not the right button. John Quincy Adams. Let me get a little bit closer up on him. Yeah, it's like not quite ugly, but not that great. Who is this? Jackson, Andrew Jackson, Martin Van Buren. We have Tippecanoe. What's his name? William Henry Harrison. He's gonna be going in. Not maybe I don't know. His face. It's kind of weird, to be honest. But I mean, this is kind of a bit of a skewed chart so far. Hopefully, we get more attractive as time goes on. This is John Tyler. So where are we gonna put John Tyler? I guess probably a little bit closer in on his face, because right now this is a little blurry. Oh, I can just get like all the pictures from here, I bet. Oh yeah, look at that. Got them all. Okay, I guess I'll just keep this open then. Okay, that's not bad. It's not really good, but I guess that's somewhat. Although, to be honest, I think George Washington should go in decent if John Tyler can go in somewhat. Who's this next guy? James K. Polk. I'm gonna put that in meh. Just a meh from me. Zachary Taylor. Looks better in the smaller picture, honestly. The finer detail does not look very flattering for him. So we'll go meh. And then we're starting to get into these black and white pictures with Millard Fillmore. Well, I guess Martin Van Buren had a black and white picture, but yeah. Then they went back to drawing them, and then they went back to black and white pictures. Don't really know why they did that, but I got Franklin Pierce. He's okay, somewhat attractive. I think that's a good position for him. And then we have James Buchanan. Yeah, I think he can also go in somewhat attractive. Abe Lincoln, good old Abraham Lincoln. Might be our first very attractive president. Let's see. I think I'm gonna put him up there, and then we can come back to it later. And Andrew Johnson. Andrew Johnson also gonna be going in very attractive tier. And then we have Ulysses S. Grant. He's pretty good, decently attractive. Good beard. We have Rutherford B. Hayes. He has a good beard, but the top of the head, not that great. Not that great. I was willing to look over that. I was willing to overlook that for Andrew Johnson, but Rutherford B. Hayes, I think that's going to knock him down a couple of tiers. He's just going to be meh. Meh. And then we have James Garfield, 20th President of the United States. Let me just look at this big. Pretty good. Decently attractive. And then we have Chester A. Arthur. Ooh. Don't know what to say about about this. The sideburns. Ugh. Not very attractive on him, honestly. I think he might have to go in not attractive. I feel kind of bad putting him in not attractive tier, but I think that's where he's got to go. Anyway, next we have Grover Cleveland. Um, that's what he looks like. Kind of like the Lorax. I'll put him in meh. And then we have Benjamin Harrison. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Then we can look at William McKinley. He's kind of making a weird face in this picture. It's almost, he's like scrunching it up in this image. It's like he's got a scrunched up looking face. I don't really know why he's doing that. But if that's just his natural face disposition, that might knock him down to not attractive tier, honestly. Uh, Teddy Roosevelt. Taft. Classic. Taft is pretty good. I guess somewhat. I don't know if I'd quite say decently, but somewhat, fits. Woodrow Wilson. Kind of divided about this. I'm a little torn about Woodrow Wilson. He's wearing glasses in this picture. You almost can't even tell. You can see the frame, but like you can't even see the lens, which is interesting. Which maybe that's why his eyes look kind of like a little strange. Maybe they're just getting warped by his glasses. So I think I'll put him in decent. I was thinking maybe somewhat maybe decent, but considering the glasses issue, they might be altering the appearance of his eyes. I don't think it's really fair to take off points for that. Anyway, Warren G. Harding. Let's look at that man's face. Well, I'll go decent. But I need to balance out for this not attractive tier, having quite a few presidents. Kelvin Coolidge. Got kind of a small face. It's like, it has a lot of forehead, not a lot of face. I think I'm going to put him in meh. I think that's a good spot for him. Next up, we have Herbert Hoover. Say what you will about his presidency and not being very good for the depression. Yeah. And then, that kind of didn't really go well for him. And he didn't really do too much to help the situation. But it's pretty attractive. I'd say decently attractive. I think that's fair. Why did I close that tab? Anyway. So then we're down to FDR, who's a pretty good president. It's a good quote. Uh, then he did good with the Depression, the New Deal. He got reelected a lot. And then he also fought the war of Second World War. So he was a very popular president, and not without good reason, because he was pretty attractive. Maybe only somewhat, especially considering the decently attractive tier is getting kinda overwhelmed. Too many people. That won't really be an issue for Harry Truman here. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't really know what to say about this. It's just not very. It's not terrible. Again, I think there's a bit of an issue to be drawn with the glasses, kind of altering his appearance. But I think he can go in somewhat attractive. I think that's fine. Dwight D. Eisenhower? Nah. Who's this guy? Kennedy? I mean, got killed. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think Probably gonna go in the not attractive tier. Now we have a very like square, symmetrical distribution here. It's like three on the top, three on the bottom, and then it's seven in every other tier. So that's, I don't know, you don't see that very often. Pretty good distribution, I'd say. Lyndon Baines Johnson. More like ugly Baines Johnson. I don't know, he's kind of like a sinister looking face, at least in this picture. Just don't really think that that's good. Same thing with Richard M. Nixon. He looks kind of strange. There's like this picture, and then there's one of like the same thing, but he's like slightly smirking, and it's just even worse. Gerald Ford can also probably go in this tier, and James Carter. You know, they're all ugly. Reagan's fine. George H.W. Bush. Next up is Bill Clinton. That's what he looks like. Um, yeah, eh, eh, pretty bad. Honestly, you know what? I'm gonna give Nixon a little boost. 'Cause he's honestly not that bad. Um, and then we've got George W. Bush. Kind of looks like Curious George. I'll put that in meh. We got Obama. Then we got Trump. And then we got Biden. And that pretty much completes the list. You can see presidents tended to be more ugly than they were attractive, but you know, that's fine because they don't need to be pretty, they don't need to be handsome, they just need to be good leaders. That's what's the most important. Um, so that's why I rank them according to how attractive they are. Because, you know, that's not important. Anyway, that concludes the presidential attractiveness tier list. Be sure to like and subscribe for more amazing United States history content. And that's all for today. So, bye.